Hey everyone, my name is Zach Marlowe, and I will be talking about the rapidly increasing industry of wearable health trackers. The main topics I'll be talking about are the history, the integrated technologies within the health trackers, and then I'll go through the multiple industries they're involved in and the potential future of the industry. The history and the origin of the health tracker are very long, but I did find it interesting how far we have come with the technology. It all started with the invention of the polygraph in 1921. The sensors created to sense when one was lying are now the exact same sensors used to check your pulse within the health tracker. The next was the pedometer. Have you ever wondered why 10,000 steps was recommended? It was all created by a Japanese doctor during his research in personal health and fitness in 1965. His name was Dr. Hiroshio Hatano. He found that 10,000 steps was the average amount one must take to maintain optimal weight control and optimal fitness. So he created a pedometer to help people track their steps on a daily basis. The accelerometer was the next technology created that is now used on a health tracker. The accelerometer was first commercialized by Ford in 1971 in the use of their airbag system in their cars. This sensor could tell when a car abruptly decelerated, causing the airbags to deploy and protect the body. That's what's now used to determine the movement within the health tracker. The next is BPM training. The founder of Polar Sports Equipment was a very avid Nordic skier, and he wanted to be able to track his heart rate during training. He used the technology found in the EKG to create the first biometric information tracker with a live display in 1982. This used optical sensors to monitor the heart rate through illuminating the capillaries. Then in 1994, Nintendo was the first to try and combine fun and fitness. They created the Exertainment bike. This was an exercise bike attached to a video screen. You could get several different games where you acted as a bicyclist competing within those games. The next technology was one of the most famous in the bunch, which was GPS. GPS was launched by the military, which consisted of a 29 satellite constellation around the world for tracking global position. In 1996, Bill Clinton declared a dual-purpose use of this system and opened it up for civilian usage. This is now how people can draw all their pictures when they run and post them online. The big push for tracking health and wellness really came in 2005 with the health communities. These included apps such as MyFitnessPal, Under Armour app. These are where people can share their progress for the day, they can gain support from others, or they can compete against friends and family. Then in 2006, Nokia, which is also part of Polar Fitness, started to gain motion sensing by building in a 3D accelerometer. This allowed for directional tracking from 3 different axes. This included up and down, side to side, and front to back movement. Every health tracker today contains most of these same sensors. Depending on the quality, there could be different sensors which help with different options, or multiples of the same sensor for better accuracy. The more sensors help with accuracy because they track better acceleration, they read more frequently, they have longer durations, they're more intense, and they can track better patterns of movement through the multiple sensors. The sensors listed are the most common in commercial trackers today. The 3-axis accelerometer measures movement in every direction. As I said in the history, it moves directions from side to side, up and down, and front to back. The gyroscope can measure your current orientation or rotation during training. The altimeter measures your current altitude. This is very good for people who like to train at higher elevations or do mountain running. The next two which include bioimpedance sensors and optical sensors, are generally not used together, but in place of one or another. They are both used to track heart rates in different ways. The optical sensor shines a light on your skin which illuminates your capillaries and then measures the rate at which the blood is pumped past the sensor. The bioimpedance sensors check the resistance of your skin through a very small electrical current which is pushed out from your health tracker. The bioimpedance sensors are much better at checking your overall health, but as far as your heart rate sensor, your optical sensors are way more useful at checking your heart rate. The last integrated system in a health tracker is an algorithm used to process the data. These algorithms are a very tight-kept secret by all health tracker companies. The accuracy can vary from one to the next, depends based on the data and how they process it. The sensors in the tracker are pushing so much data to the computer that the algorithm is the key component to create a readable display for the user. Because of the variance in fitness levels, age, gender, your health tracker will usually ask you for your age, your gender, your height, and your weight to apply for more accuracy to the algorithm. Once this data is collected by the user, the algorithm can refine this data even more. With refining the data, you can think of it as the data coming in as if you're at a concert and you're recording the concert on your cell phone. All that noise, the background noise, the chatter, the foot tapping, the beer bottles clinking against each other, all that noise is sent into the computer. Once the user enters all the additional data from their age, their weight, and their gender, the algorithm can then refine that data to filter out all the additional noise, and it makes it sound like the music is playing right on the radio. That's the difference in algorithms. The industries that are most involved with health trackers are for personal fitness use, healthcare professionals, and the military. Personal fitness is currently the biggest use of health trackers. As you can see, most people that wear wristwatches are now wearing a fitness tracker. This is real big in the health communities, the fitness communities, such as your online apps, your phone apps, to track and compete with friends and family. The healthcare industry and military are using them basically for the same purpose. They give them to patients or soldiers, and they track their fitness control and diagnose so they can issue better health care or fitness to these individuals. For the military, as of the late 2018, the Pentagon has issued a ban on all fitness trackers for any deployed service member. There was an issue with servicemen and women wearing fitness trackers on deployment, and the device was getting hacked by terrorists. Once the device was hacked, the GPS coordinates within the device could be pulled and used to find their locations across the globe. This became a high risk not only for the individuals but for the success of the missions. So that is why they have been banned. Health trackers are not going away anytime soon. They're becoming more advanced to track things such as heart rhythms, including AFib, which through acting as your own personal EKG system. They're tracking air pollution, which is becoming a higher risk with today's smog in high populated cities. They're monitoring hearing loss or potential hearing loss with an onboard decibel sensor, and they're also figuring how to manage chronic illness. These illnesses managed could include diabetes or high blood pressure. With these advancements in health trackers, people will almost have a portable hospital right on their wrist at all times. Hopefully everybody gained a little more knowledge on wearable health trackers, their origins, the industries, and the future advancements. Below I've posed a couple questions to start discussions. First one, how can healthcare professionals better evaluate patients through all the data provided from a health tracker? And Are there any other potential risks of a cybersecurity attack, such as one with the military, when using a health tracker? Thanks again for watching, and I look forward to everybody's comments.